my file so it knows which file we basically want to create into a stream. So actually I'm gonna put a space down there. So now what we need to do is Q string, just go ahead and name this line equals text stream dot read all. And okay, looks good. So what this line does is it reads the entire stream, which is basically our entire file, and it stores it in a variable called line right there. So after this, we'll just go ahead and write my file close. And why do we need to do this? Because you need to close all files when you're done working with them. Pretty much just housekeeping for C++. So pretty much this is all of our very basic our very basic stuff that we have to do with the file. So now all that's taken care of and stored in variables, we actually need to display it on the screen. So in order to display it on the screen, remember that UI object that we talked about earlier represents the entire user interface, and this was actually set up for us by Qt. So what we need to do is we're working with the user interface. What part of the user interface? Well, we want to work with the text edit widget. Now, what do we want to do to the text edit widget? We want to go ahead and set plain text, and what this basically does is first of all, it takes a string, which is line, and remember this string right here is pretty much our entire file because we read the entire file in. So what this line basically does is takes our entire file and it displays it in plain text in that text edit area, which is this area right here. So now let me get back to where I was working with, and after this we need to do a couple more things. So even though we have that text displayed now, the point of finding something is so the user can see where it is in the text file. So in order to let the user know where the word is that they're looking for, we're just going to move the cursor over the word and it's going to highlight the word. So let's go ahead and store the cursor in variable and it's called Q text cursor, right, like that. And I'll just name this text cursor, I guess. Text cursor, set this equal to what part of the user interface? UI, text edit, and it's called text cursor. Now this text cursor function is a built-in function. It's already in Qt, so we don't have to code this ourselves. Basically, it returns the cursor of your mouse, and it stores it in the variable text cursor like we defined right there. So now the only thing else I want to do is I want to take that cursor and I want to move it into position because we're going to need it in position later on. So go ahead, text, and I'm going to sneeze in about 2 seconds. Move position and Q text start. Gonna make me type the whole thing. Okay, start and then Q move anchor and 1. So I know this is running off the screen, but let me go ahead and shift this down and I'll explain to you guys what it means. Alright, so basically what we're doing right here is we're taking the text cursor and moving it one position. These parameters right here, don't really worry about them for now. They're just, parameters that you need because Qt says you need them. But that's it. Now I can go ahead and run that off the screen. So now actually our entire get text file function is complete. So one more time before I let you guys go, what this does is it basically says what file do we want to work with. Go ahead and open that file so we can use it. What do we want to do with it? Well, we actually want to convert it to a stream so we can store everything in a QString variable called line. So now pretty much our entire text is stored in this variable called line. So we can go ahead and close the file. Now once it's closed, we can go ahead and display that text on the screen in the text edit area. And what this does right here is it pretty much just moves our cursor into place. So then whenever the user searches for their next term, they can go ahead and, the cursor moves and they can see where the words are that they're looking for.